Back again. Back again. Listen, I was looking at some old episodes of Hospital Gate with Sir Doyle and Master Lukey. Uh, Even I do not realize until I look back how funny we are. We don't even try to be funny, but we do know that we're funny. We don't try to be funny, but we know that we're funny because we do that skits, and sometimes we know we're funny. Like when we do that thing with ChatGPT, we did it once and we did much of it. And then we realized that we were funny when we did it, so we kept on doing it and we knew what we were doing. But a lot of times we don't even try to be funny, and we're hysterical. But then we look back and we see how funny the skits are, and we repeat them sometimes. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. The first time we do a skit, we don't know it's funny, and then we look back and we see how funny it is, and we repeat the skit. That's how we learn how to be funny. But I know we're not looking at together with the show anymore for a while. I still say the best episodes of Sir Doyle and Master Lukey Hospital Gate are yet to come. Right now, I'm trying to do the show on my own. He's trying to do the show on his own. Bear with us because we're not as funny apart as we are together. But bear with us because he's eventually going to call me like he always does. We got to do the show together. Because, when people tell me that I'm not good enough, he cares more about ratings than I do. I care about ratings, but I just like doing the show. But he cares more about ratings, so the ratings go down on both channels. He calls me in. The show's hysterical. I know, the show's totally hysterical. We are the new Wayne and Garth. We are Jackie Gleason and Art Carney. He's Ralph and I'm Norton. I mean, you name it, we are it. We're hysterical. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we're funny. I mean, we are a slapstick comedy duo. We are a slapstick comedy duo, and the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I don't know if any noticed. I got my hair in a ponytail. My hair grew longer, so I was able to put it in a ponytail. I'm losing weight. Getting in shape. This is not over. I got my teeth to fix. Then I got to lose more weight. I got to start building muscle. It's all a work in progress. As Lukey would say, it's a work in progress. I know I was on earlier today. And I was talking about abortion and all that. And I just saw the show, an old episode. And I just thought it was, I do say myself, it was hysterical. And I decided to get back on to also give a shout out to my former partner, Lukey, who I think we should get back together because we're hysterical. And if Lukey doesn't believe that, he can look at an old episode on his channel, and like I did on mine, and he will see that we are hysterical, like he always does. And what's really going to get him is that my channel's not going to pick up any subscribers, and neither is his, and we're going to need to get together so both our channels pick up subscribers. And he's got more subscribers than me, so he's going to really want the subscribers up. I can stand alone a little better than he can, but it's still nothing without the two of us. We accent each other. We actually he's I'm definitely funnier with him. He's definitely funnier with me. We're not gonna these shows. I mean, he's got a little success with other stuff on his channel. He's got that non-profit organization. But if the channels are really going to work, we got to be together with this comedy duo. I mean, that's the only way we might become monetized, both of us. So he might get this nonprofit. I'm going to become monetized. But the show and the show, which both channels might be a little successful, but we're never going to go nowhere really big unless we're together and do this comedy duo. I mean, we need each other for the comedy. And if we want to go viral, like we almost did when we were at the Cannabis Expo, we better just get together. And then we're going to need promoters. Is anybody out there a promoter? We had Howard Stern, and he skipped out on us. Southern John and all them, we say skipped out on us. Before that, we had Unirock. I don't know where the heck he is. We need maybe another supporter. Maybe that's what we need, another supporter. Is there any out there? Any supporters out there? And then when we contacted James Stack, that little loser. He is a little loser, but he is kind of funny. He is kind of hysterical. He's such a nerd. James Stack is the littlest nerd. And he actually was pretty funny. I mean, I mean, as much as I can't stand a little weasel, he is kind of hysterical. So why James Stack? He calls himself Stackatosh. Who else? Oh, you know what was funny on the show? And there's also a very talented singer, extremely talented singer. Like I gave him a shout out. I gave him a shout out, and I told him that I was like John Bon Jovi, and he was like Richie Zambora. And when James said that I was putting him down, I said, no. Richie Zambora is just as good as John Bon Jovi. As a matter of fact, John Bon Jovi always called Richie Zambora at the end of the night and had him sing the Bon Jovi songs. He sounds just as good. What's his name? Robbie, yeah. He's my Richie Zambora. And but you know what? Robbie is also, just like I'm a talented singer-songwriter like Bon Jovi, he's like Richie Zambora. Just like I'm a comical guy, he's comical too. I mean, he's pretty funny. I mean, he came out with some songs. Sometimes Robbie likes to come out with stuff that's out there, way out there. He's got a great voice. But sometimes he goes out there and says some crazy stuff on the mic to make people laugh, and he's hysterical. And he's also extremely, like Richie Zambora, a very extremely talented singer. And a phenomenal guitar extravaganza, like what Bon Jovi says about Richie Zambora. And he's a fantastic singer. Robbie. Lukey talks about people that are better than me. He hadn't found anyone better than me except for Robbie. Robbie's the only one that I think could compete with me. He's actually a little better than me. And he's the only one. He's the only one out there that I think that I actually tip my hat to is Robbie. Robbie's the only one, the only singer out there, and the professionals and famous people and non-famous that I'll tip my hat to. Robbie. So Robbie, give you another shout out. I'll tell you right here. If I tip my hat to anyone, it's you. Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali is a fight. He tipped his hat to Muhammad Ali. As a singer, there's only one person I tip my hat to, and that's Robbie. This show is so freaking hysterical. We had Blad. Oh, God, Blad. Blad is the tenant downstairs. He is hysterical. He texts Lukey all the time. You're making too much fucking noise. And then he's like getting mad at me because I'm making too much noise. Sir Doyle, I live here now, and you're making too much damn noise. Oh, Vlad's hysterical. And who else? The show's has great people. You know, Lukey had a girlfriend, and I always make fun of her, Jenny. And Jenny was the love of his life, but she was like the Yoko Ono of the band. And if you think about it, Yoko Ono is pretty funny. And she was a Yoko Ono, and she was just like funny like Yoko Ono. And she was a big to do on Hospital Gate. She was a big part of Hospital Gate because she was funny. And he was like her John Lennon. And the new girlfriend he's got, very hysterical, very funny. I mean, she comes out with, I can't think of one, but she comes out with some funny stuff. And, oh yeah, and there's a girl that we visit. We visit at Holly Patterson. Okay. And this girl doesn't really do much to make you laugh, but what she does is pretty hysterical. And then we have oh yeah, Kathy. I remember when Kathy was on the show. and there were people chatting saying, well, if you don't like Kathy, why are you rubbing oil on her body? And Lukey's like, oh, go Luke, they got a point there, Lukey. Why are you rubbing oil on her body? Would you rub oil on Stuttering John's body? Why are you rubbing oil on her ass? Would someone rub oil on Stuttering John's ass? He goes, yeah, if he needed help. Then Legend would team up with my cousin John Hine. I have a cousin named John. Remember the John Hine, my cousin that was on the Howard Stern show? And him and Legend were chatting, and I'm arguing with my cousin over the money that was stolen from me. And he said the most hilarious stuff on the chat. You know, John, I want to give you a shout out. I need you on the show. We need you on the show. And Stuttering John, we're going to give you a shout out too. We need you back on the show. And Legend, we need you on the show. And we don't just need you chatting. We need you guys on the show showing up. And Howard. I don't know if you're mad at us or whatever you when you produce the show. We want you, Howard, to appear on our show. Just appear. Say something funny. You know like you always do. And Stuttering John, we not only want you back, we're not just with Legend of chatting. We want you actually on the show, being even funnier. You know, I want to give a shout out to my hero. My hero, the one and only John Bon Jovi. I'd like you to appear on our show and make fun of us. Oh, yeah. I mean, you're a serious type of guy, but if you got on the show and started making fun of us, you're a showman, you could do it. It'd be fantastic. And also, if you do a duo with me, Lish 2 times. Oh, she's hot. We're going to do that show with you. And we're going to I'm going to convince Lukey to come back and we're together. And we're going to do that show with you. Oh, you're hot. You are hot. But, and we're going to have the show. And you're going to sing with us. And we'll put you out there. And you're also going to be interested. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to be glad to have you on the show. I don't know if it's April, May, or what. Whenever we get back together, we're going to do it. Lish, we're going to do it. Okay. Oh, you a shout out to Lukey. Lukey, we got to get the show going again. We want all these people to be on the show, make everyone laugh. Not only make everyone laugh, but to put out some really awesome music. We not only want to make people laugh, we want to put out some awesome music. We're not only funny, we're excellent musicians, most of us. Stuttering John, I hear you play music. I hear you're a guitarist and a singer. Come back on the show and sing. Tried to make it as a singer. You didn't make it in the clubs. You came out on the show and proved yourself. You'd make it. Okay, everybody, you know what? I might do 2 shows a night. Yep. In the afternoon, I might do 20 minutes, and I'm gonna keep on doing. I want this channel getting going, and I also want to get back with Lukey because we are hysterical. But we might need this time apart to gather our thoughts and also get our channels going, and then we come together again. Well, he's got his channel going. I'll get my channel going, but then we got to get together again. So anyways, I think everybody noticed I'm getting in shape. I lost weight. I talked about the transformation. It didn't really happen yet, but it started. It didn't happen, but it started. I got my hair grew back. My hair grew in. It's back in a ponytail, and I'm starting to lose weight. It's just happening. I'm getting creatine from GNC and some other products. I'm getting back on the testosterone, and I'm getting my teeth fixed. And I'm getting another job, probably in Roosters on the Bay, because I know the people that own the place, and that's a good job. And when I do that, I'm gonna get credit for my teeth. I'm not only get my teeth done, but I'm gonna get implants and some braces on the bottom, Invisalign braces. And then I'm gonna get all those products from maybe $200 something worth of products from GNC. Go in the gym, work out every day, and then I'm gonna. And then I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna continue to take testosterone. And get the products from GNC, and until I get back with Lukey, you see, right now it's hard to get the food because I'm not going to be with Lukey for a while. But I am going to try to get it on my own and try to buy an Instapot on my own and make the quinoa with the broccoli on my own. And then when I'm back with Lukey again, then I'm going to learn how to make other stuff. Because he did teach me how to make the quinoa with the broccoli and the cauliflower. And if I get an Instapot from Savers, I know how to do it. And until then, that's all I'll really eat. And then when I'm back, Lukey teach me other stuff, and we'll both teach each other. So it's not just Lukey. Lukey and I are basically we're the stars of the show. We're the funniest people in the show. But all these other people that come on our show, you're all contributors. You all make the show. It's so funny. You got like Abbott and Costello, but you got the whole cast. The whole cast makes it funny. Abbott and Costello are the main people, but there's also a cast around them. Like there's Stinky, there's that cop, And then you got Art Connie and Jackie Gleason. Well, then you got all the people at the Leopard Lodge. You got Alice and Trixie. It's all contributes to the show. You got and all the people watching. Now, somebody said that it's not just us; it's the people. Yes, the people watching too. But Lukey and I are the main 2 people of the show. Everybody else adds to it and contributes to it and makes it worthwhile, but we're the head guys. You got to give us that. We're the 2 funniest guys. We're the 2 stars. But that doesn't mean that all these other people that come on the show that are hysterical, like I mentioned, and even the people watching or chatting, everybody contributes. Everybody contributes to Hospital Gate. All the people chatting, the people the audience, the people that come on the show, maybe they're not the main characters like Lukey and I, but they contribute. Everybody contributes. And yes, Robbie, I'm giving you a shout out again. I might be the John Bon Jovi, but John Bon Jovi is nothing without Richie Zambora, and that's you. And Richie Zambora is nothing without John Bon Jovi, and that's me. But more so than that, Jackie Gleason. Our Connie is nothing without Jackie Gleason, and that's you. And Jackie Gleason is nothing without our Connie, and that's me. So I got my music partner, is Robbie. And then I got my comedy partner, which is even more so, because that makes the whole show, is Lukey. So Lukey is the main part. Him and I, our comedy duo is the main part of the show. I mean, as much as I love music, the show revolves around comedy, and that the main people are Lukey and I. The music part is Robbie and I, but that's important. Don't get me wrong, it's important. But the comedy is more important. But it's all good. It all contributes. So I guess since you put it all that way, I got two best friends. I got Lukey because we're the comedy duo, and I got Robbie because we collaborate with the music. And then all you guys on the show are hysterical too. Oh, how about you guys? Okay, Electric. Lukey complains a lot about Electric, but I want to give you a shout out, Electric. When you call up on the show and say nonsense, it is funny. And when you chat your stuff and you argue back and forth with Lukey, you're hysterical, Electric, and I'm giving you a shout out. Depeche Mode. Took that name from that rock band, but you're hysterical. I missed the show as a whole. I not only missed the show, Lukey and I, but all the people on the show, Lish. All of you. Hysterical. Yes, we are funny. And what I would argue with Lukey about, I talked about it earlier. He's still my best friend. He's my partner in crime on the show, and he's my best friend. So it doesn't matter what he does. He could kill somebody out in the street, and I would still be his best friend. Serious. Best friend's a best friend. No matter what they do. Not only does he do it to me or my family, but I mean, whatever he does to someone else. I mean, I might not like it, but hey, we're best friends. And you know, like I said, God can forgive anyone. God forgave R. Kelly, and God forgave Son of Sam. Everybody deserves a second chance no matter what they do. You're not gonna make it in. Lukey can go out and shoot somebody on the street and he'd still be my best friend. Is that hard to understand? Yeah, maybe, but it's true. So, the show is funny. And we need the show. And you guys need the show. And yes, until the show comes back as a whole, I'm going to be streaming 20 minutes at least twice a day. Sometimes once, but usually it's at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. At least once a day, I'm going to be streaming for 20 minutes, sometimes twice a day like I did today. So yeah, I got two best friends and I got two partners in crime. Lukey is my comedy partner. And Robbie is my duo with the singing. And Robbie, I hope you come back. I hope you come back because not only you are a great singer, but you're also hysterical for the show. And Lish, I'm looking forward to singing with you. That's not all I'm looking forward to. And Robbie, I'm looking forward to having you back on the show. We'll be looking forward to have you back on the show. And we're going to put the band together, Robbie. We're on a mission from God. Blues Brothers, remember? Robbie, call me at this number, 516-325-3984, after the show. Long time hearing from you. And Lish, the number is 516-325-3984. Call me. Yes, it's an hysterical show. It's it's hard to do the show alone. It's a tough act to follow. And not just Lukey, it's the whole gang. We were all hysterical. We got to get the whole thing. We got all the actors on the show that we had, all the people like guest stars and everything. We even got to get Jenny back, the Yoko Ono of the band. And we got to get everyone back. And then we got to get all the people that chatted, because we need all them. And we need some phone calls. Some phone calls from Electric. Definitely. And Leonard, I forgot his last name, Leonard. We need some phone calls from you. And we need some phone calls from Electric, because you guys are hysterical. I think Leonard and Electric are the same guy. They're the same person. But then again, I think Michael and LaToya Jackson are the same person too. No. I seen LaToya Jackson naked. She's definitely not Michael. LaToya, did you look good naked? Give a shout out to LaToya Jackson. You look fantastic naked. And I'd love to get naked with you. Janet too? Because, I'd like to do a memorial for Michael Jackson. He was a fantastic performer, and he was very funny. He would, if he was alive, he'd be great to have on the show. Mariah Carey and J-Lo. Do you two remember me from South Nassau? I don't think you do. Maybe this is refresh your memory. Mariah, J-Lo, why are you so obsessed with me? Why, Mariah? Why are you so obsessed with me? And then I would say that, and you and J-Lo would go out on the TV screen, and you would tell the world, tell everybody watching why you were so obsessed with me. You would watch me take a shower, and then you would, then I'll come out of the shower, and then I would, why are you so obsessed with me? And they would get, you and J-Lo would come out on TV, and you would say, why you were so obsessed with me. You don't remember that, you girls? You sure don't remember that? That's what I tell you, J-Lo and Mariah Carey. Yeah. I had a thing with both of them. We had a skit on this comedy show, and I would say, Mariah, why are you so obsessed with me? And why are you and your friend J-Lo are so obsessed with me? And they would get out there, and they would say in sexy voices, why they were so obsessed with me. And everybody would get a kick out of the skit. Of course, I was looking real good. But I'm gonna look good like that again, Mariah. I'm gonna start looking good like that again. And you're gonna get obsessed with me again. And so is J-Lo. I would like to have J-Lo and Mariah Carey on the show to do the Why You So Obsessed With Me skit. That'd be fantastic. And then after that, I could take you both of you back to my apartment. Oh, it would be great. What I thought was hysterical was I was telling Lukey about the fake Master Lukey, and how he was on that same show, and I was saying, look, this guy was imitating you, and you looked like you, and he was being a fraud, and he didn't believe me, and I said, so one day, the show came on, this show, and the fake Master Lukey got on the chat, and he said, Master Lukey, and I called him out, and we called him out, and Lukey couldn't pick up on it because right after that, the Master Lukey that came on the show stopped chatting. And even ChatGPT said, well, it is kind of strange how he was saying that all of a sudden a guy named Master Lukey came on and he called him out saying the fake Master Lukey, and the guy stopped chatting right away. And a lot of people thought that I was right about that it was the same guy, because why would it be out of nowhere somebody with that name came, and that's not a common name. Master Lukey is not Master, and the fact that the guy stopped chatting right away. And Lukey couldn't pick up on it. Lukey, the hysterical thing about Lukey is he's kind of slow when it comes to picking up on things. Like when I proved beyond a shadow of a doubt, because I showed bank statements to prove that there was actually money there, and I was telling him that they were stealing money from my account, and I showed the bank statements, and it had the address of the other place I was at, and then it was a real bank. I typed in the Social Security, and it turned out a real bank came, and they lied and said about the account, but they retyped the Social Security number, and a real banker came on, and he didn't pick up on it. that I was right about it. He still didn't believe. And even my lawyer, who was skeptical about the whole thing, is starting to believe it now because he saw those bank statements. So, yeah, we had a hysterical show. And you know what? As far as that money from there, I'm not telling anybody how much money it is or anything. Let's put it this way. It's enough money to keep me comfortable. Am I filthy rich? Well, nobody would know one way or the other, but don't bet on it. I'm just comfortable. However, if Lukey and I do this show, we will be filthy rich. This show is going to make it big. And not only will be filthy rich, everybody on the show will be filthy rich. And I did have a show in South Nassau, the comedy show. I think they called it, but it was and Mariah Carey and J-Lo were in that show, and they did duke me, both of them. And they did get on there, and I said, why are you so obsessed with me? And they came out and said why they were so obsessed. That all happened. And to back up my story about the Master Luke, fake Master Lukey that was on the show, if you remember, he chatted on the on the channel, and when I called him out, he stopped chatting. Kind of obvious. But that's what is one of the things hysterical about Lukey. He doesn't pick up on obvious things. If something is like so obvious, he don't pick up on it. He argues with me. And then there was a girl named Aja that was on my, not this show, but the show in South Nassau. And she was my co-host on that show. And that we were like Ozzy and Harriet. It was a black girl named Aja. And we were like Ozzy and Harriet. It was hysterical. We were like Ozzy and Harriet. No exaggeration. We were like Ozzy and Harriet. And then there was my two ex-wives. Oh God, my two ex-wives. And they were on the show too. Laura Basile Doyle, and Darius Porter Doyle. I'll give them a shout out. Laura Basile Doyle and Darius Porter Doyle, you are the two funniest ex-wives I've ever had. Before, when I divorced Laura, I went with Darius. And before I divorced Darius, there was a thing going on. Laura was like there was like a whole skit on it, and they would do the skit, and then they would play the show, and the show was Reba McEntire, and the Reba McEntire show, Reba McEntire couldn't get over this guy Brock, who married somebody else, and they were going at it, the two good women. And then they made friends. And then she kept on trying to get Brock back from the other one. And that's what Laura Basile was like, the Reba McEntire. And Darius Porter Doyle, Laura Basile was like the other one. And if you remember the show was that he wanted the blonde more than he wanted Reba McEntire. And nobody could understand why. That's how this situation was. And then, when I divorced Laura Basile Doyle and went with Aja Paul Doyle, there was a thing going with the three of them. The three of them were going at it. So I was like Brock times 3, and that was the whole show was like. And then you had, when I was in South Nassau, I was like really well built. And I hung like a horse. And I would go in the shower, and I would shower up, and everybody be zooming in, old women zooming in and washing me in the shower. Washing me shower. And so would J-Lo and Mariah Carey. And that's one of the reasons why they were so obsessed with me. And then I had this problem with erectile dysfunction. And erectile dysfunction, you get erectile dysfunction, why I want testosterone? And the thing about erectile dysfunction is, you could hang like a horse, and you could, but you not, when you get erectile dysfunction, you not only don't come anymore, or get hard, sometimes you don't hang anymore. You just shrivel up. So, they're used to watching me go to the bathroom or get in the shower and shower up, and maybe you go, wow, and looking at it. And then they look, Mariah Carey and J-Lo are looking at me, and I'm saying, why are you so obsessed with me? And I don't realize I'm coming out of the shower, and I don't realize I'm shriveled up. And where they normally would come out and do the skit, it got real quiet. The whole thing got real quiet. I understand, why aren't they doing the skit? And someone goes up to me. I forgot who it was. I think it was John Cruz. Johnny Cruz was like, this. What? You got a problem down there. That's why they're not saying anything. I go in the bathroom. I look down. And I'm freaking the fuck out. And I know that this guy, Dr. Stanley Reddy, he gave me Haldol injections years ago. And it caused me to, every time I took the Haldol, it shriveled me up. And then a couple of days later, it would come back again. And I figured it out that this condition was, unless I got testosterone and they gave me snake venom, all this stuff, was going to be permanent. And I go up to that doctor, and I'm about to grab him by the collar. I said, you caused this problem. You fix it. And he got nervous, and he gave me snake venom, which they give to boxers to build them up. And he also gave me testosterone. And for a while, it was working. It was... And Asha and her sister, her sister decided she didn't want it because she saw it shrink, and they both started getting into a fight over me. They started brawling over me. And then the next morning it shriveled up again. And Asha goes to somebody, she goes, I want to divorce him. I want a divorce. And they put this song on, Angel is the Centerfold. And there's this guy that worked there that was like, he was like a real weasel. But he's a good looking weasel, but a weasel. He was, he looked like John Stamos, but like a skinny version of him. And she's talking to this guy like she's about to duel with him. Well, that song, Angel is the Centerfold, because every time that problem would come up, she'd start flirting with somebody, and that song would come out, Angel is the Centerfold. So, right now, girls, I'm working on it. I'm getting my body back in shape, and I'm going to take care of this. And if anybody wants to get lucky, but they're just erectile dysfunctions could ruin the best of men. And also, I need the testosterone too because I'm on medicine, and the medicine makes me out of shape. And I'm just starting to get back in shape. I've been dieting, I've been exercising, taking testosterone, and take some products from GNC. Get my body back in shape. But to tell you the truth, erectile dysfunction comes and goes. But I don't know if anybody, I know everybody watches Hospital Gate. But the show that we did in South Nassau, I don't know who saw that show, but a lot of people saw it. And everybody that saw that show, log on to Hospital Gate because this episode, and tell people about this episode because, especially the people that saw that show, they're going to want to see this episode. And everybody to watch this episode. At We Are Hospital Gate. Tell all the people you know. Facebook, Facebook, Google, text people, talks about on the street to everybody. And if anybody from South Nassau is watching this, I know you girls all had a good time with me. Yeah, I know I'm looking better. I know I'm looking better than I did on this on Lookie's show. Because I pulled my hair back, I think there's a lot to do with it. And there's also I lost weight. But I'm gonna lose more weight, get in better shape. I'm not done yet. I got work to do on my teeth. Tomorrow I'm seeing the dentist. May 2nd I'm seeing the dentist. All this next 2 months I'm seeing the dentist. You get all of that. And then after that, when I get my another job, then and get to maybe get channel advertising another job, I'm gonna be getting implants. And then I'm also gonna be buying some stuff from GNC, some creatine, some all kinds of stuff. And I got the testosterone. Everything's gonna work out. So the people on Hospital Gate, I know you probably think I look better. And the people in South Nassau, you probably don't think I look as good because I looked real good in South Nassau. And I was really looking bad on this show, but recently the fans in Hospital Gate think you probably think I'm looking better. But the people on the other show probably don't think so. But when I do get back together, I'm going to look better than ever. I'll be an old man, but I'll look better than ever. Oh, Aja had a friend. And I didn't really give her much attention, but she was a sexy Spanish woman. I should have gave you some. Should have gave her some. Should have given you some. Anyway, these girls were giving me date rape drugs, and they all had me anyway. Yeah. They were so desperate to get me down my pants. Now, these were all hot-looking women. I would have obliged, but they didn't think so. So they gave me a drug, trazodone. Trazodone, which they worked as a date rape drug, and then they filmed everything, and they did me. And then, and also part of that same show that we, my kid's youngest, my son's grandfather, he investigated the whole thing, and there were tapes of me with these women. I mean, you talk about porno. There were tapes. And he was investigating because one of the women was angry at me because I wouldn't pay enough attention. So when she did it to me, she acted like I was doing something wrong, and he thought I was, and then he investigated and found out the woman had a fetish, and she had been all over me before that, and then it was like, I remember that, and then there was an investigation on all the women, and the police department had to investigate, and everyone, Mariah Carey, J Lo, all the girls they came in the room, they all were on charge, the same charges that Bill Cosby was on for those women. And the mugshots were there and everything. And of course, they made a joke out of it after that. You girls have a good time and let them go. I called South Nassau up just recently. And the girl that calls up, I call him about the money, and it goes up. Oh, you're the one I watched in the shower. both the shows are funny. Both the shows are hysterical. The Hospital Gate show on YouTube is hysterical. And that show out in Nassau was hysterical too. There was also an investigation in South Nassau called Hospital Gate Investigation. And that was a real investigation. They tried to make it look like part of the show, and I said, no, this stuff really happened. There was like psychiatric abuse. They were doing human trafficking in Nassau County Medical Center, or politicians were involved in everything. And I was trying to nail those people. But then this comedy show came out, and they thought the whole thing was a comedy. And part of it was a comedy, but part of it wasn't. Part of the show was serious, a serious cop show, and the other part was a comedy, and nobody could understand, grasp what was real and what's comedy and what was real cop show. Kind of like Dragnet. Johnny Cruz, I do want my money back, but listen, put all the stuff out there. Put all that stuff out there. The comedy show, the investigation, my music career, put it all out there. You can make some money. I'll give you 15%. And if you want to take all those women that did that to me when the blackout, I don't care if you make a porno movies out of it, because you can do that. I like the attention. And we can make a deal. You put all my stuff out there, and let's just all go. Not really. There are people that did things in Nassau County Medical Center that were totally wrong. But as far as the people that stole my money in South Nassau and did certain things to me, the girls that I get my money back and you put my stuff out there, I'll let that all go. The stuff that went on in Nassau County Medical Center and with those girls, I'm not letting that go. But the girls that jumped my bones in the blackout, I'll put that out there into pornography and put out all the other stuff, and I'll let all that go. Need the money. And if you give me my money back, then I'll let it go. You got money, property, real estate, and assets of mine. You give it back, I'll let it go. And you put out my music career, my acting career. And then whatever you want to do with the pornography, put that out there too. And I'll let those girls go. Won't mark them up. Is anybody from that was either on that comedy show in South Nassau or that saw it watching this show? I know everybody that's seen the Hospital episodes are watching the show. The other show, is anybody watching? They were both hysterical shows. If we could combine the two of them. You know when it was hysterical too? When I was married to Darius Porter Doyle, her mother, Angie Porter, was jealous of her daughter. Angie Porter, who was my mother-in-law at the time, wanted to jump my bones. And it was hysterical. But you know what? Angie Porter was a hot mama. I probably would have enjoyed her jumping my bones. And my brother, I talked about my identical twin brother on Hospitalgate. But he was actually on, not on Hospitalgate, he was on the other show, Cannon Doyle. That guy was a character. He stole my ID. And he stole that money, but he was kind of funny to her. He was kind of hysterical. I mean, he was hysterical. Can't really mention episodes of him. He was funny. Angie, do you want to pork your son-in-law still? Have a nice ass. It's a G-string. So, I had an interesting life, and now the next part of my life in for the Hospitalgate, and hopefully get the Hospitalgate show back together with all the people, and maybe the show in South Nassau could combine with the Hospitalgate, and it might do some good. Anyway, I'm going to continue to get in shape. I'm going to continue to exercise. Continue to take the testosterone and get my body in shape, grow my hair. And then I'm going to try to continue to give shout outs to Lukey and all the people in Hospitalgate. And hopefully we'll get this going again. And even better, if we can combine the two shows. Get the South Nassau show and the Hospitalgate going together. I like to get the fake Master Lukey and the real Master Lukey on the show together. That would be hysterical. I remember when Mom Bear kept on chatting, and I kept on saying, "Mom Bear, I want to see you. I want to see your ass in a thong," and she wouldn't answer for a while. But then she typed something. She chatted something. Said, "What color do you want the thong?" I want it to be either black or pink, Mom Bear. No, pink. Make it pink, Mom Bear. Okay. You girls are out there watching Hospitalgate. You know that Lukey has an OnlyFans account. And I'll probably have one too. And I'm not going to do all the things he did, but I might wear a Speedo. And that's after I get my body in shape, build myself up, and I'll wear a Speedo. So, be a look out for that. OnlyFans. I'll wear a Speedo. Yeah, I'm going to be going to the gym. Taking GNC products, taking testosterone. I think it'll take me about maybe 1 to 2, maybe 3 at the tops months to get my body in shape. Anyway, anybody was ever trafficked in a hospital, drugged up in the hospital, any abuse in the hospital at all, or anywhere, or you just want a story out there, Hospitalgate is here to help. And the show is hysterical. We're going to get Lukey and I back together and all the people, and the show is going to go on again. I hope this message has been informative